This is one of several public hearings that the Environment and Planning Committee is conducting to inform itself about the issues relevant to the inquiry.
Communities are really actually quite willing to embrace increased density when it's done well.
It's critical to understand that size delivers a baseline for amenity and the apartments to ensure that they actually are fit for purpose.
Condensation in buildings is linked to negative impacts on human health and amenity, as well as building structural integrities.
I don't think the market can look after everything as much as people will say. Some people will say it can.
I think just having a standing out of nowhere big tower in the middle of a sea of low-rise is problematic for everybody.
DELP estimates that almost 2/3 of the extra dwellings that we'll need to accommodate in Melbourne's established areas, the majority of those will need to be accommodated in the inner and middle suburbs.
Minimum sizes protect the public from the worst of the worst.
What's the New South Wales standard minimum size?
Yeah, one bedroom is 50 square metres, a two-bedder is 70 square metres and three bedrooms 90 square metres.
You don't have to go far to see buildings that are completely out of place.
You can't just do a tick box when it comes to design, which is why we've proposed the Design Review Panel, which would be a group of experts who really have a lot of training and experience around design issues.
I believe that design review panels need to be very local. They need to be specific.
How high is too high in middle suburbs?
If it's a site that's next to, a freeway where there's no overhang, overshadowing issues and sunlight issues, you can probably go quite high. But if it's a
So
site
you're happy with that?
Yeah, if depending on, it's just all about the context. But if it's just an island and there's just a sea of like one-storey houses and someone says 20 stories, then I think that's problematic because that doesn't fit with the context. It'll overshadow and have any impact on amenities. So my view is it just depends on what's around, and obviously that's why you want the strategic planning done.
I've had a lot to do with people with a disability, and so many of them say, look, we want to live in the city, and the existing apartments just have not been built with them in mind.
This year, our federal pre-budget submission that we've just made to Treasury, we have 2 years in a row now recommended to federal government there should be an incentive scheme to retrofit more buildings for disability access.
You mentioned a fair bit about the fire safety emergency or central safety measures.
These are safety features built into apartments such as exit doors, emergency lifts, fire detection and alarm systems, smoke alarms, sprinkler systems.
Where would you advise people who are looking to buy an apartment to say, this is what you need to look at, make sure it's got this and that, and these are the sorts of pitfalls to look out for? Where do they go?
There is a document that is available called the Apartment Buyer's Guide that is available to the public, and I believe it might be a Consumer Affairs Victoria publication that does talk to talks to your mum and dads about what should you be looking for when you purchase an apartment in terms of, light coming through windows and things like that.
Unfortunately, we are out of time, but thank you so much for appearing today. It was a great discussion.